work or something. Oh, that's gonna screw things up. I'll do that. Need practice. All right. First thing, is it equal to 0 already? Yes. So we're good to go. If that was a 5, move it over. I'm not making that complicated yet. So now I got to make 2x squared. Really only one choice, right? 2x and x. Now I got to make negative 6. 6 and 1 and 3 and 2. Middle's got to be negative 1 again. Well, these are pretty close. Those are kind of far away, but that can screw things up a little bit, can't it? But if I think of a 6 and a 2 as 12, and a 1, that's not going to work. A 1 and a 2 is 2, and a 6 is at best 4, and most 8. So it's probably one of these. So if I just put the 2 and the 3 in there, I don't know. That gets me 2. That gets me 6. That combo doesn't seem to work, will it? So I'm going to switch it around. 3 and 2. Ooh. There's 4. There's 3. Now, I want to subtract them and I want the negative 1, right? So I want the 4 to be the negative and the 3 to be the positive. Man. When are you ever going to use this crap? Not much in real life. It's fun to know. Now I gotta solve it. And this is why I do this the old-fashioned way. Some of you thinking top over bottom and all that opposite stuff. If there's one thing I tried to do is not have all these little rules in my head, because I'm a little dyslexic, and so up is down, right is left. I can get things messed up. So I just try and do everything the same every time, which now I'm going to take each individual group. And break it apart. One of them is easy. This one's not too bad. When I solve it, it's just a basic Algebra 1 solving. Letters left and numbers right. Whenever I switch sides, I'm going to switch signs, and then I divide by what's attached. And there's my 2 answers. Now that's the factoring part of a quadratic equation. Does that work 100% of the time? Unfortunately, no. And we'll have to invent something, but we'll worry about that tomorrow. A little tricky one, but not too bad. Try this one. 7x squared plus 28x equals 0. There's only 2 numbers, not 3. Could I try this little thing? Well, what's the front? The front's 7, x and x, right? But there's no back. Well, way back at the beginning when you did factoring, what was actually the first thing you tried to do? Not so much divide, in a way, eventually. I know where you're headed. Huh?
Simplify.
Simplify by how? Do they have something in common? They got x's and they also have a...
And they also have a common...
In this case, they have a 7, right? Yep. So, if I take the 7, a 7 and a x, I kick them out of the house. All right? They're out. that leaves me with x and 4. So I factored out what they have in common first. Sometimes it might be helpful to do that on these, not always. Depends upon the problems you're going to run into. They might mess around a little bit. But this turned into this, which is now factored. Kind of like that, because there's this times this. And so when I go to find the zeros or the solutions, obviously x plus 4 is kind of what we're used to, but also we have 7 times x equals 0. And so then if I divide, 0 divided by 7 is 0. And I got negative 4. All right. Cobwebs are out a little bit. So, hop into IXL. See if you can get into your IXL and we'll go from there.